to Deputy Danny Healy-Rae.
Thank you very much, Doug Corley. What I want to raise, Tánaiste, is the fact that I heard on the radio coming up this morning that 17 jobs are to be lost by Bournemouth fairly soon. What I'm asking you, Minister, not to focus, as a result of your policy, to close down these peat burning stations and peat providers who provided briquettes and turf back over the years. But what I'm asking you, Minister, is not to focus your attention on the people that cut their own turf, because they're worried now that he'll extend their policy to stop them cutting their own turf. And what they're saying to me is it because they're getting no tax or VAT out of the cutting out of this type of fuel. Is that why you're against people cutting their own turf? And there's nothing more wonderful and was this year the way, I'm sorry, John Corley, to see people cutting their own turf and save it in a fine summer like we had. There's nothing wrong with it, well, and they have their own fuel for the winter, and which cost them very little. And we want to maintain that as it has been done back over the years and down the ages, where people provided their own fuel for their own homes.
You know, with respect, can I just say that, you know, I do find it slightly contradictory that, you know, you've asked me two questions today. The first is how we respond to a climate change phenomenon that is resulting in more extreme weather and flooding threat, and at the same time you're advocating for burning turf. You know, that for me is a contradiction. We have in Bournemouth a state company that we're very proud of. They have committed to move away from a reliance on peat and turf as a source of power generation over time. They are working with their staff on that to ensure that that Bournemouth pursues other avenues to actually replace the employment potential that has been linked to peat, and that is an ongoing discussion. But Deputy, we do have to face the facts that while of course there are turf cutting rights and we have tight regulations around that, that, you know, burning turf for the purposes of home heating or power generation is not something that is consistent with a responsible approach towards climate change.
Thank you very much. Deputy Moynihan, please.
No. Deputy, you're out of order. Deputy, you're out of order. Deputy Moynihan.
Please.